What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. WrestleMania week continues as I bring you guys today my NXT Stand and Deliver predictions. NXT Stand and Deliver is this Saturday. I want to give you guys my predictions for that card and give you guys my thoughts and opinions on some of these matches. How do I think they're going to really end up happening, stuff like that. Also, if you guys aren't aware, I will be streaming NXT Stand and Deliver this Saturday. So if you guys are new to the channel, drop by, say hello, and stuff like that. As we'll talk about NXT Stand and Deliver, we'll watch some NXT Stand and Deliver, and enjoy ourselves and stuff like that. WrestleMania week really fully kicks into gear, honestly, this week. But for WrestleMania, for WWE, it really kicks into high gear on Saturday morning. So, hey, I want to give you a prediction for this card. So the first match that we're going to be talking about is announced to be on the pre-show. It is a fatal four-way tag team match. We have Cora Jade and Roxanne. We have the Metaphor Girls of Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. We have Fatal Influence of none other than I don't know who's representing. I think it's gonna be Fallon and none other than JC Jane. And we also have Gigi Dolan and none other than Tatum Paxley. Now, we also have stakes to this match because whoever wins this match will challenge for the women's tag team titles next week on NXT. So, honestly, if you want me to be personally honest and brutally honest with you, it only really comes down to two names. And I feel like it really has some implication what happens at WrestleMania. I feel like, honestly, Liv and Raquel are going to retain. That's a spoiler for when I do my WrestleMania predictions and stuff like that. But I do think Liv and Raquel are going to go in as champions. And I feel like if you're looking at the current lineup, I think it comes down to one or two teams. I think you honestly can eliminate Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. I'm sorry. I love them. I love what they're doing with them, but I don't see them winning this match. And the other team that I think you can eliminate is Fatal Influence and stuff like that. It really comes down to two teams. It comes down to Cora Jade and Roxanne, or it comes to Metaphor Girls as between Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend have been getting the bigger push as a tag team out of all of these teams. We haven't really seen the face Liv and Raquel, but we have seen some teases of them potentially doing that match. And I feel like if you want to talk about the best option available, you could have Lash and Jakara win, which I think that makes the most logical sense. Because on top of that, you want a face team going up against a heel team, because Liv and Raquel are going to be a heel team. And I think also on top of that, you also can make a case for Roxanne and Cora because of the fact that both women want to become tag team champions. I think it's one of the few tag teams that I think make logical sense to warrant becoming tag team champions at some point. So you got to put them in the conversation. But the question is, who walks away with the W? I feel like I would love to see Roxanne and Cora get the win, but I do think something is going to happen where they don't get the win. I could see maybe Cora J turning on Roxanne, because we do know Roxanne is going to be slowly but surely moving up to the main roster. So I don't think she's going to get the win here. Um, so I got to go with the Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson to get the W to face for the tag team championships for on NXT next week. So there you go. You have that. The next match is a six-man tag team match between Dark State and the Family. Now, honestly, Dark State has been killing it since they have came into NXT and stuff like that. They have been killing it. They've been running rutshot over the division, and I really love to see it. I really love to see what they're doing. I feel like they're actually trying to push them and make them feel like a threat that you don't want to come across, because they will destroy everything within their path. So I love the idea that they're doing with them. Them beating the Family would be a great move to establish them even more. The fact that they already got a win over none other than Obafemi, Javon Evans, and Trick Williams in their tag team match that they had a couple weeks ago. So they're already off to a great start, defeating your NXT champion or former NXT champion, and they're probably, in my personal opinion, a future NXT champion in his own right in Javon Evans. So that's a big deal in their own right. But who do I think is going to get the W here? I feel like Dark Side are going to get the win for that very reason, because I think you want to establish them even more by having them win on a big stage like this. And I think on top of that, we did see some dissension on NXT, where it looks like maybe we might see Channing Stats Lorenzo leave the Family, maybe join up with Dark State. I think that is a possibility if they want to go that route. I could see them doing that. So I think that is what they probably could be end up doing. So I gotta go Dark State to get the win here. The next match is for the NXT Tag Team Championships. We have Fraxium versus Hank and Tank. I do think in this match, I think it's gonna be really, really story driven for some reason, and I feel like it's going to be a really tough test for Hank and Tank to really get that to try to become tag team champions. But I feel like Hank and Tank are going to become your new NXT Tag Team Champions for the simple fact that they have been getting endorsed and being talked to by none other than Street Profits, the Hardy Boys. They've been getting talked to by all these teams to rally them up to go after the NXT Tag Team Championships. So I feel like at a stage like this, you have Hank and Tank win because I also believe that after Mania, you might want to call up Fraxium to be part of your tag team division. They desperately need them over on Raw because they need some more heavy hitters. They need somebody to fill out that tag team division because they don't really have anybody there. So put them over there. Maybe if the New Day get the titles at WrestleMania, this would be a great team to have face coming out of WrestleMania going into the summer. So I think you have them lose here to Hank and Tank. Therefore, Hank and Tank become your new NXT Tag Team Champions. The next match is for the North American Championship. We have Ricky Saints versus All Ego Ethan Page. These two are going to pull up a really good match, I feel like. There's nothing else needs to be said. This is going to be a good match. You see how the crowd was receptive to this? They said that Tony fumbled. These two, in my personal opinion, could have been the cornerstones of AEW for the future, but now they're over on NXT, and I think they're going to be cornerstones over there for the time being. I think Ricky Saints is going to retain this match. I don't really need to go too full on this. I think he gets the win here. He just became the champion. This is a good opportunity for Ethan Page because I feel like he might move it to the main roster at some point. He's already a former NXT champion. I feel like he's done just about everything that there is to do in NXT. So I'm going to say Ricky Saints gets the win here. The next match is a ladder match for the NXT Women's North American Championship. We have Izzy Dame. We have Zarya Soruka, who just recently won the WWE Speeds Championship. We have Kalani Jordan and Lola Vice. And we also have the returning Thea Hale. Now, me personally, I feel like a lot of people are already saying maybe Zarya is going to probably get the win because she's the powerhouse. You could have Soruka. If either one of those two, I feel like it's going to cause maybe some dissension, and maybe that's the route that they want to go with, is causing some dissension down the line where one might get jealous of the other. I could see them doing that. Kalani would be cool, but I don't think that's going to happen. She's already won the belt, so it's not going to happen. Izzy Dame, I don't think it's going to win either. I feel like for me personally, it comes down to two women. It comes down to either Lola Vice or Thea Hale. Lola Vice is somebody I feel like could really benefit by being NXT Women's North American Champion, considering what they have been trying to do with her in recent months and stuff like that, trying to build her up. They've been putting her out there in some high-profile matches and storylines, so I think this would be a good move for her. Thea Hale just came back from being off TV since July, I think, since NXT Great American Bash. Honestly, I'm going to say Thea Hale gets a shocking win. I feel like Thea Hale could really benefit by winning this because she just came back. The promo she cut on NXT after, she says, just because I wasn't on NXT doesn't mean I wasn't training. She said I was training for something like this. And the fact that they're giving her a new presentation where she's not really with the Chase U stuff anymore. She's trying to be her own woman. I respect that. I'm going to go Thea Hale to get the W here and become your new NXT Women's North American Champion. The next match is a fatal four-way for the NXT Women's Championship. We have Stephanie Valcour versus Julia, who just came back and looks like she's as a heel now, which is very interesting, versus Jordynne Grace versus Jada Parker. I feel like this match is going to be really good. Me personally, I feel like this match is main event. I realistically feel out of both the men's NXT championship and the NXT Women's Championship, this feels for me more worthy of main eventing that show, and hopefully that is the case on Saturday. But who do I have winning this match? I think Stephanie Valcour is going to get the win, and unfortunately, I do think we will see Jada Parker be taking the pin here. You're not going to pin Julia. You're not going to pin Jordynne Grace. Those are two women right there that are going to be going after that NXT Women's Championship in the near future, in the coming weeks, in the coming months. So you're not going to pin them. It will be a bold statement, don't get me wrong, but I think the safe choice is Jada Parker to take the pin here. But overall, I do think the match will be good. And which is for the NXT Championship. We have Obafemi versus Trick Williams versus Javon Evans. Now, this actually has been starting to pick up some steam. It felt like it's always kind of been between Obafemi and Trick Williams, in my personal opinion. And it seems like Javon Evans has been trying to find his way in this match. He's trying to make a name for himself. He's trying to get that title and whatnot. Um, yeah, but I just don't see that NXT Championship changing hands anytime soon. I'm going Obafemi to take the win here. The question is, who takes the pin? I think overall you could say Javon Evans takes the pin because he is the weaker of the three, I guess, when you look at from a physical stature. Um, so I could see Javon Evans, but I think it would be a bold statement to have Trick Williams take the pin here too. But I'm gonna stick with Javon Evans taking the pin, unfortunately. Um, we'll see how these matches play out though. But y'all comment down below, let me know what are your predictions for NXT Stand and Deliver this Saturday. Are you guys watching NXT Stand and Deliver? Which overall excitement levels for the show? What's your most anticipated match for the show as well? Leave it down in the comment section down below. Road to 2,000, ultimate goal is 10,000 by the end of 2025. But with that being said, super kick that like button. Helps my channel get pushed across the platform so more people can see what I'm doing here on YouTube. Superman punch that post notification bell and speed the subscribe button. Takes 3 seconds later a day. Those 3 things for me. Helps in the progression of my channel as well. But with that being said, hope everybody has a great day, great rest of your week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.